Good morning from Universal's Epic Universe, Universal's newest theme park. Today is an annual pass holder preview day, and I wanted to start in on our detailed tours of all of the different lands inside of Epic Universe. So this will be a continuing series where we explore the details of every single land of all 5 different lands in Epic Universe. So our first one is the main area that you come into, Celestial Park. So let's go inside and have a look around. So out here is the parking lot, and you can come in through here through security and through your ticket check. And then off to the left, you've got rentals and lost and found. And this is where you will rent wheelchairs and strollers. And if you lost anything throughout the day, this is where you'll come back to try to find it. As we turn from lost and found, right over here is the lockers. So there is a little area here outside of the main portal, or the Emerald portal, and right through here are the lockers. So if you have something big that you want to store for the entire day, there are lockers outside of the main areas. There are 3 rides that do have lockers, but these are the lockers that you would use to store stuff all day long that you don't want to carry around with you. They're 2 different sizes, a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger. Oh, and it uses photo validation, so you don't have to have any ticket or anything like that. You just pay for them here, and I don't see anything that has the prices of them. Let's see, let's just try. Push to rent. I'll look at the camera. Here's me, that's me, I'll confirm it. Okay, so medium lockers 15, large lockers are $20. So there you go. There is also like a nice little seating area out here outside of the lockers. Back from the lockers, which were right there, lost and found right here, Emerald portal straight ahead of us. And before we get through all of that, we head over here. This is first aid and guest services. So if you need any first aid or if you have any questions about the park or anything like that, then you do that over there. And then over here is where you would check in if you have a VIP tour or a VIP experience booked. Right through those gates right there. So I did find out this entrance right here is a dedicated ticketing and security entrance for people that have a VIP tour booked, which is different from the main turnstiles over here or over there. So if you have a VIP tour booked, either private or non-private, you have your very own entrance right here. And another thing is, if you do not have a ticket when you show up and you buy a ticket at the ticket booth up there, instead of having to buy a ticket and then go around to another entrance, like the other regular security, you just buy a ticket and come through, and they have their own dedicated entrance if you're buying a single day ticket right there. And then you would come over here just to the left of first aid to the dedicated VIP entrance. So if there's a rope drop or something happening here, they do have their own VIP entrance, and there is a staircase there. We haven't done the VIP experience yet, like the official VIP experience, and I believe that you would go up those staircases maybe to a special lounge. I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and find out. Stay tuned for another video about that. And that leads us to the Kronos right here and the Emerald portal. This is the main entrance to Epic Universe and the main entrance to Celestial Park. Beyond this gate, find Gardens Green and epic worlds to fill your dreams. And so just before opening, this is where the rope drop area will be for regular ticketed guests. There is, however, people that are staying at the local hotels that have early park entrance will see a guest experience team over here, and they'll let you in either on this side or on this side of the portal an hour beforehand or whatever is scheduled for that day. Today it was an hour before park opening into Celestial Park. So now let's head in a little bit further, and you can see I have a lot of different kind of like steampunky elements here as we head through. Kind of like a heartbeat sound as we walk through. And we come to the main reveal of Epic Universe here in the Court of the Moon, with, of course, the statue of Luna right there and Helios Grand in the background. Now on either side, you will find wayfinding devices here, like screens that'll tell you what's in this direction. In this case, Isle of Berk and Ministry of Magic are to the right. And over there, it's telling us that Super Nintendo World and Dark Universe are to the left. So we are actually gonna start to the left and head in that direction. One thing I wanted to point out was this detail on the ground kind of emanating from Luna, who is this statue right here, and coming up to this Emerald portal right there. And I also want to show you the backside of the Emerald portal, get a detailed look at the Kronos up there. And then there is an inscription on the back of the portal. It says, "You wonder next which path to chart. The answer lies within your heart." And Luna does have an inscription on the back. It says, "The goddess Luna draws the veil across the world as colors pale. Her glowing face reflects the light and pulls stars into the night." So like I said, we are heading to the left. And I wanted to also point out that this information pillar here not only gives you wayfinding, but it also gives you wait times for the rides right now and the time that the park closes. So right now, Fire Joel, just 5 minutes. Let's see here. Oh, and it gives you times for the shows that are coming up next. And also gives you a QR to download the Universal Orlando Resort app. So our first stop on the left over here is the Other Worlds Mercantile, which is a gift shop that contains items from all of the different lands inside of Epic Universe. You can see here above the sign, it's got How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, Dark Universe, Super Nintendo World, and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. So inside of this store, you will find different souvenirs from all of the different lands. And it is broken into sections. You can see here is How to Train Your Dragon. Back there, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Dark Universe, more Dark Universe, and then Super Nintendo World over here. And then right here in the front, just some Epic Universe merch. And then I have also heard that there are some hidden Easter eggs in this area of the roof or the ceiling, but I'm not sure what they are. I haven't seen it happen yet. Leave me a comment down below if you guys have heard any rumors about this or seen anything happen specific in this area. So we can kind of see some representations of different areas of Celestial Park right here with Apollo, who is back at Helios. Luna is up there, kind of not really lit right now. And then Volant, which is the Atlantic restaurant, which we will see in just a minute. And then these other ones, the Dragon right there for Blue Dragon, which is another restaurant here in Celestial Park. They also have Pegasus, Corvus, and Stardust is in there as well, which obviously represents Stardust Racers. I did also want to point out that some of the characters from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic are available for purchase here as well. And then as we exit Other Worlds Mercantile, we continue to the right where we find Moonship Chocolates. Moonship Chocolates is such an interesting store to me. So this bear above the door is Captain Cacao, and he's basically like the mascot of Epic Universe. And so Captain Cacao is a lovable bear who embarks on interstellar adventures, sailing the cosmos in search of delectable treats. His whimsical journeys are the inspiration behind Moonship Chocolates and Celestial Sweets, a confectionery shop in Celestial Park that offers a variety of sweets. Here, your group will find treats collected by young adventurer Maya of the Skies and her navigator, Captain Cacao. Together, they fly their moonship, which is right here in the center of the room here, searching high and low for otherworldly treats to bring back to their shop at Universal Epic Universe. And you can see the moonship right here. That is what the counter is made of. And there he is, Captain Cacao. And they have all kinds of different things available for him. Backpacks, as well as a backpack for his moonship. And they have shirts and cups. And they have some recipes back here for how to make the different items that they sell. Look at this. This is cool looking. I like this little display case. Oh, and then a map for where they went. To the Bananas Nebula. 7-layer belt. That's fun. I like how everything has like chocolate theme to it. When they charted the stars, there's a banana split right there. Now let's see what else they have here. Good morning. Ooh, lots of chocolate covered marshmallows. They have a Captain Cacao bear, like cookie. His moonship cookie right there. Oh man, I want to eat all of this stuff. Chocolate covered apples, a Rocky Road apple down there. Ooh, all kinds of different truffles too. Cookies and cream truffles. Oh my gosh. These look amazing. I want to eat these right now. And the macarons. Ooh. Some of the team members did tell me that this is an actual recipe that you can make at home. Some of these other ones, you know, like 2 parts moonbeams. You can't get moonbeams, but like this one, you could actually make. They also have bulk candy over here. And I like this bag. Moonship chocolates and celestial sweets for $48. You can also, if you don't want to get them in bulk, they do have some items pre-packaged. Oh, this stuff seems like it would make a great gift. These are butter cookies. You could eat them and then put your sewing stuff in there. Give it to your grandma. Oh, these are fun. Look at this, like little star-shaped rice treats and marshmallow treats. Lollipops. Yeah, a lot of fun stuff in here. Oh, and they do also have cotton candy with freeze-dried candies inside of it. Yeah, they're Skittles. Look at that. And then from Moonship Chocolates and Celestial Sweets, we continue to the right where we come to an area here that has a large circular imprint in the ground, or a large circular area of color in the concrete, as well as a wide open space back there. And I'm assuming this is going to be an expansion pad where they can add a whole nother land in the future of Epic Universe. But to the opposite of that, we do have the Atlantic right here. It's the Atlantic restaurant. This is the high-end restaurant in Celestial Park. And if I come over here real quick, you should be able to see the menu real quick. I'll actually go inside and see if we can look at the menu up close. And this is one of the things that we saw in the ceiling in the constellations was this fish. Cool mermaid theme. There's also a bar in here if that's something that you're interested in. And then when you're in the park, this won't work when you're not in the park. This is the QR code that you would scan to make a reservation for in here. Here's a little bit closer look at the menu right here. And this will give you an idea of the price of everything too. $21 for the burger. The filet is $40. Half-pound lobster roll for $48. And then back here is the list of their signature cocktails and their wines, as well as their draft beers and canned beers and nightcaps. Like the bubble detail above the bar. Oh, finished with gin. That's really funny. Lots of seating. You can see there's a large thing here. This is the Atlantic. This is something you'll be able to see from out in Epic Universe inside of Celestial Park. And if you look real carefully, they're not running right now, but all of these fish are on a track up here so that they will be moving around. A lot of kinetic energy will be happening as you're eating in here. And it's also a large restaurant with lots of waterfront seating. So at nighttime, perfect date spot. I like that the floor here looks like sand with the different like sea star looking things in here. And then as you get down, the carpets start to look more like watery and bubbly down there to the bottom level. And so from Atlantic, we are turning again in this direction, headed towards the back of the park, headed towards Helios. The front of the park is behind us. We're making our way clockwise around Celestial Park. So like I said, we are here during annual pass holder previews. So some of the stuff is not complete. This is a technical rehearsal park. So keep in mind, this tour will not be 100% complete. Take for instance, this pathway right here is blocked off. You will be able to get down to the waterfront right there, but you can't do it right now. And then over here, this looks like it will be a popcorn stand, as noted by the popcorn sticking out of the top. So from the popcorn stand, we are continuing our way around Celestial Park. So for the most part, it is a circle. However, once we get up here to the carousel, it will start to change and there will be some interweaving parts of Celestial Park. As we continue on to our right, you'll find concierge, which is basically just guest services. If you have any questions, they can help you out here. And then we come to our very first portal right here, Super Nintendo World. This is the very first portal into one of 4 lands outside of Celestial Park in Epic Universe. And the inscription reads, here we go. And you can see Diddy Kong, Bowser Jr., Yoshi, Luigi, Toad, Princess Peach, Bowser, and then Donkey Kong down there with Mario at the very top, both the 8-bit and the 3D version of him, with kind of a rainbow road leading up to a superstar. And then as you head in, hello, you'll notice this is us heading through a portal. You'll find these time-looking steampunk things like we saw in the Emerald portal. And as we head up, we're going to be warped up into Super Nintendo World in a warp pipe. And I do also want to mention that we are going to have a full tour of Super Nintendo World in a different video. I am just going up in here to show you guys the reveal into the land, as I will do with all of the portals. I do also want to mention there is an elevator if you cannot do escalators. So I just wanted to come in and give you guys just a quick look around Super Nintendo World as a preview for the detailed tour video that will be coming at a later date. So back out at the entrance to the Super Nintendo World, there's the portal again. We are back outside in Celestial Park, the Atlantic right there, the information booth right here, or concierge. I did also want to point out there is a walkway that'll connect you to the other side of Celestial Park right here, as well as a quick service booth right there. We did find out that this is called Comet Dogs. This will be a quick service hot dog location, and they will have 3 different hot dogs: a bulgogi dog, an al pastor dog, and a smoky carrot dog. But it is currently not quite open yet. So we are going to continue our way this way a little bit because it does pertain to Super Nintendo World. There's a gift shop right there specific to Super Nintendo World. One of my favorite fountains in all of anything that I've ever been to is this fountain right here with the spinning coins of Mario right outside of the gift shop. And before we go into the gift shop, I wanted to show you guys a little Easter egg. So this is the exit to Super Nintendo World. And I wanted to show you a little Easter egg here at this entrance to the gift shop. A little Pikmin right there. There it is, hanging out. So let's head into the front entrance of this gift shop. So this gift shop has everything that you could ever need from Super Nintendo World. So this is a main gift shop. I did also want to point out that we do have characters from Zelda up here, Ganondorf Zelda and Link there, as well as the other characters from Nintendo. But yeah, who knows what that means? They're not represented anywhere other than these 3 panels right here. There's no Zelda merch, nothing, except for these 3 right here. So, look for the future. Oh, look at that. It's like a family photo. That's fun. And also more constellations. But yeah, this is literally everything that you could ever need from Super Nintendo. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, just kidding. Here's some more Zelda stuff right here. Okay. Just these little tapestries right there. But I do love the like detailed and stone carvings of piranha plants and things like that. Oh, also there is down on the ground here some tile work with the Triforce and Link's sword down here, or the 2 different swords. Yeah. So I think that we are probably going to get some aspect of Zelda in this park. Yeah, any bit of merch that you could ever imagine. Here it is. Another Pikmin right there. Be on the lookout for them, or 2 of them right there. Be on the lookout for them as you're making your way around Super Nintendo World. One more as we're making our way out of the gift shop right there. And then next to the Super Nintendo gift shop, some bathrooms, of course. And then we come up to a restaurant here, Pizza Moon, cosmic flavor, beer and wine. And I like how the little moon guy is licking his lips. He's got a pizza in his eye. Oh my goodness. I haven't actually been into this restaurant yet. It is magical in here. Look at this. It feels like an old-timey movie. They also have digital pictures over here, like steamy craters. We'll have to keep an eye on those and see if anything happens on them. But to the left is where you enter to place your order. Let's go up and have a look at the menu. Oh, there's like a rocket going over there. That was fun. Like little details in there. Oh yeah, look. TheTimTracker? This is awesome. So this is the bar right here where you can order your various drinks, beers and such. Do they have their, oh no, that's from Crooked Can. I thought it was their own specific beer, but here are the beers that are offered. There are also lots of Coke Freestyle machines for you to use. This like whole thing that's happening right here, really amazing. I like that this rocket is actually the pizza oven. Look at that. What a fun idea. And all these characters back here making the pizza. And so this whole restaurant is mobile order. You can see online here are some of the prices and some of the pizzas that you can get. I like the names of them too. The Pizza Moon Pepperoni, there it is. Ooh, and they have a few other things that are not pizzas, like these baked pastas. And they have salads and they have desserts. Ooh, yes. So we did end up eating a Pizza Moon. We got the rocket fuel salad, and they didn't have a kids menu, so in order to order a cheese pizza, we had to order a pepperoni pizza without any pepperoni. And then for dessert, we got this Nutella brownie with some toasted marshmallows on top. I feel like Pizza Moon would be a great option for lunch because you can see there's nobody here right now, especially outside. There's very few people inside. Lots of tables everywhere for you to choose from and eat at. So from Pizza Moon, as we continue our way clockwise around Celestial Park, it does get a little bit more interwoven here, where there are a lot more paths to walk through and different areas to go of Celestial Park. But I did want to point out, this is where Constellation Carousel is, right here across from Pizza Moon and pretty much the portal to Super Nintendo World. So Constellation Carousel is a unique carousel in the fact that it doesn't just go up and down. It goes up and down, it spins. There are other turntables on top of a larger turntable that also spin. And this, story-wise, was a carousel put here by a character named Vincent Various. And he used cosmic power to power it. And you can see the different characters are constellations. Pretty neat. It's a pretty fun and unique carousel. Feels like you're really dancing to the music when you're riding it. So as we walk away from Constellation Carousel, we can see Pizza Moon right there. And then this is the Starbucks location. There's another cross path right here that can get you to the other side over near Ministry of Magic. There's a stage here where there was just a band performing. You can see some of the members of the band are coming off the stage, but this is where the band was performing. This is a little area for, I guess, dancing. Some tables and chairs out here. And then that's the sound booth straight back there. With the stage at our back, the Starbucks over there. This is Frosty Moon. You'll find some Coke Freestyle machines here. And this is an ice cream shop. So here's a look at the menu for Frosty Moon. They got cups and cones, then your choice of flavor of ice cream, and then you can add your toppings to it. And they also have some cookies as well. Ooh, a chocolate chip cookie, a vegan chocolate chip cookie. And then directly to the right of Frosty Moon is the Celestiki, a tiki bar. There's a look around the inside. There's a cool looking tiki bar. There's no seats to sit down, but lots of places to kind of pull up and grab something to drink. There we go, the Watsuri Punch. There's our tie into Volcano Bay. Watsuri being the people of Volcano Bay. So, well, they do have mocktails as well. A little bit of backtracking now, back to the Constellation Carousel and Pizza Moon right here. And then of course the Starbucks right there. So we were in there. That's where all those restaurants and different drink options were that we were showing you just 2 seconds ago. Now we're back on the exterior path around Celestial Park, headed clockwise again. They did just have a living statue out that seems to be headed backstage now. Just missed her. But the next thing that we're coming up to is the Oak and Star Tavern Barbecue Brew House. So this is a view inside of Oak and Star. And there are 2 different seating areas. There's one off to the left and one off to the right. I'm gonna have a look at the menu, but this is all mobile order right now. So you can see they do serve breakfast here, as well as lunch and dinner. And so you place your mobile order and then go and sit at your table and they'll bring them to your table. Here's a look at the drink menu as well. There is also a bar in here that has both ordering available inside and outside. From the Oak and Star Tavern, we continue our way around. And this is where you could go in and visit the exterior ordering windows for the bar. And then from Oak and Star, we come upon our next portal. And this is the entrance to Dark Universe with the inscription, "It's alive, it's alive," from Frankenstein. And you can see it does look like some sort of electricity gathering device. And there is a lightning rod at the top, so if lightning strikes this, man, what a picture. So we are gonna go inside. Did also want to point out the detail of the vampire skulls all throughout the outside of the portal. And then also, once again, the steampunk style of clockwork here. And then as we're heading in, lots and lots of lightning sounds as we progress into the Dark Universe. And this is another area that we will have a full walking tour of soon. Frankenstein Catacombs right there. So this is just a quick view into the Dark Universe. You kind of see Frankenstein Manor right through there. And then opposite of the portal into Dark Universe, there is a gift shop here with just some like generalized gifts. Small hats, fans, these little bouncy balls, water bottles, coolie towels, flip-flops, little things that you might need. And then to the right of the portal into Dark Universe, there's another concierge desk, which is guest services. And then we're coming a little bit further around and you can start to see the Helios Grand come into view. And next to Helios Grand is the Blue Dragon restaurant. And as we've said, this is technical rehearsal, so the Blue Dragon is not open yet. We haven't seen inside of it. We don't know what the menu is. We do know that it is a Pan-Asian restaurant. I do like that it is a realistic dragon with a little bit of like biomechanics added to it. You can see some gears and things like that. Make it look almost robotic. And then right next to it, the Helios Grand. This is the hotel that is located inside of Epic Universe. This is one of their premier hotels, which will have views of Epic Universe. And outside of Helios, this is the Cosmic Fountain. There is a nighttime fountain show that happens at night. Right now we're in technical rehearsals, so we think it's around 9 o'clock. That will be confirmed once the park actually opens, and it's happening every night. But this is where you could come and see it. You can see there's stadium seating all around. It can be seen from a lot of different places around here. Like you can see it from Bar Helios at the top of the Helios Grand. You could see it from like these different bars around here and different seating areas. So be on the lookout for that around nighttime here in the Cosmos Fountain. Continuing our way around, I did also want to point out there are some benches around and these happen to have umbrellas over top of them. Nice big umbrellas too. Keeping you nice and shaded, a nice cool spot to sit and relax. And now we're gonna make some loops over here. So right here is another spot where you can get Coca-Colas and some snack items. Right now, not currently open. I did also want to point out that the Family Care Center is right back here, as well as another first aid location. So this would be where you would be able to find the nursing rooms and things like that inside of the Family Care Center. And directly to the left of that is another first aid location here towards the back of the park. On our left, we have another little gift area for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, where we can get various merch for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, as well as wands and things like that. And the reason that that gift shop is here is because this is the next portal that we come to. This is the Wizarding World of Harry Potter the Ministry of Magic. So you can see the time turner above there because there is a little bit of time travel that happens within this land. For in dreams, we enter a world that is entirely our own. And on either side of the portal, they have the wands from the original Harry Potter trilogy, as well as the Elder Wand up at the top. And then over here, we have the wands from the Fantastic Beasts movies. Oh, I also did want to mention that for these previews right now, Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry is in attraction technical rehearsal, and there will be a virtual line dropped. And so you need to scan this QR code to join the virtual line. And that might not be how it will always be, but it is currently a virtual queue. You can hear the clicking happening of a watch because we are headed back in time to Paris in the 1920s. And as with all the other portals, we will be returning to do a detailed tour of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, the Ministry of Magic. And then directly behind us from the portal into the entrance to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, we do have, this is the Meteor Restaurant. Some nice little seats outside too. And we're gonna get a look inside of there and have a look at the menu. I also want to point out that there is a concierge guest services, and these are outside of every portal in the land. You can also get fuel rods over here too, at each one of these concierge buildings. So as you can see, there is the portal into the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, and this is the entrance to Meteor, which is one of the other restaurants here in Celestial Park called Meteor Astropub. We got burgers and things like that here. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good. Well, as some mocktails. Ooh, this first light thing, it looks like they light it on fire. Goodness. Oh no, that's the meteor strike. Wow. The speechless astronomer. This one is not as heavily themed as some of the other restaurants, but there is a little bit of theming in here. I like this room. It's sort of like indoor and outdoor. A lot of bright light in here. And there is also a bar in here. Lots of bar seating as well. A lunar libation level. Pretty funny. And then directly across from the Meteor Astropub, this is the entrance to Stardust Racers. So Stardust Racers is a triple launching coaster with a top hat as one of the first elements off the first double launch. So one of the things that sets Stardust Racers apart from other roller coasters is right here in this tunnel. There's actually 2 launches back to back. You see them hit that first launch right there, and then a second launch right there, really increasing their speed up that first hill into a top hat. And then it also has what they're calling the Celestial Spin, which is the element where the 2 roller coasters actually invert. The green's inversion is on the way up a hill, and yellow's inversion is on the way down a hill, which is the only inversion on the entire roller coaster. But man, is it a cool effect. Should also be noted that every single hill is an airtime hill on Stardust Racers. And if you look carefully on the back of the roller coaster cars, you will see a flux capacitor. That's a little nod to our friend Doc Brown from Back to the Future. The storyline behind this is our friend Vincent Various, the person who built the carousel, also built this, and he harnessed the power of comets. And originally the celestial travelers that would come to Celestial Park would have to get here via a comet, and then they discovered a much more stable and predictable way of getting here by using the portals. And so Vincent Various decided to transform their original way of travel on the comets into a form of fun where you could take a ride on a comet. So once you are facing Stardust Racers, if you turn to your left, there is a smoking section back here, as well as another bathroom off in the corner back here. Also, if there ever was going to be a parade in this park, this is probably one of the starting or ending points of it, right next to Stardust. So as we are headed away from Stardust Racers, we're gonna continue making our way clockwise around the park, but there are a few little spots we have to go into over here. So this is the Meteor Astropub again. Just outside is the Bar Zenith, which is where you can get some more cocktails here. Grab and go style cocktails and beers and things. Also over here at next to Bar Zenith, they do have a couple of bathrooms out here, some family bathrooms. These are single-use bathrooms or single-person bathrooms, so there will be a line there. And then, like I said, there is some crisscrossing that has to happen throughout this area because there is a pathway that runs between these 2 sides. So looking straight ahead of us, we've got the Constellation Carousel, and we're heading towards the middle of the park. I did also want to point out that there is a water bottle filler right here, so you don't have to pay for waters. You can fill up your water bottle. So we're kind of standing in the middle of the park. Meteor Astropub right there. Stardust Racers right here. The entrance to the Ministry of Magic directly behind Meteor Astropub. Helios Grand right there. The Cosmos Fountain right here. The entrance to Dark Universe right there. The entrance to Super Nintendo World kind of right on the other side of the carousel here. And we're pretty much right in the middle of the park. And this right here will be a splash pad, a children's play area called Astronomica. Right now it's not running, but I'm sure that come the 22nd, this will be running. And kids will be running through here, cooling off throughout the day. So back at Stardust Racers, and we are continuing our way around clockwise. You can see there are some more fountains over here. These sort of join in the dancing for the Cosmos Fountain over there near the Helios Grand. And you can also see there are a lot of little lights throughout the area here. This park at night, phenomenal. So much to see and so many different lighting things that happen. So we are still making our way around clockwise, but I kind of want to head in this direction. This is the pathway that leads over towards Super Nintendo World, mainly because I want to see, we have another little gift kiosk right here, and then they have a roaming violinist as well. So this little gift shop will have various, things from Epic Universe and all the different portals in here, as well as sunglasses. All right, so back near Stardust. So we're headed in this direction. That's the Meteor Pub right there, Meteor Astro Pub. This is something interesting right here. You got this is called Star Sue Bao. They've got the skewers here, a grilled hot dog with rice cake wrapped in cheese crust. Ooh, that sounds really good. A celestial steam bun too, which is a vegetable blend bun with bok choy, shiitake mushrooms, and vegetarian oyster sauce. So this is just one of the locations around Celestial Park that offers little snacks. The next portal we come to is How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. And it says, we, my friends, have dragons. Did also want to point out the concierge booth for this one is pretty far away over there, but this is another food location that will open in the future right here. So let's head into the Isle of Berk hey, how's it going? Just for a quick reveal. And this will be one of the other locations that we come back to and do a full detailed tour of in a future video. But I wanted to give you guys just a quick view of the reveal into the land. So continuing our way around, we have left behind the portal for Isle of Berk right here. This is a restaurant. We don't know what this restaurant's gonna be. It hasn't been announced yet. We will add some updates to the description down below of things that we learn once the park actually opens and things are fully announced. However, we can tell that this will be a very large restaurant. It spans from here all the way over to here. I also wanted to head down over in this direction because we are making our way back up to the Kronos at the front of the park, and we can get a front view of Luna. One of the other waterways that we do know the name of, and this is the Chaos Pools right here. So there she is, a front view of Luna with her rabbit right next to her. And as we continue clockwise around the park, like I said, we're getting closer and closer to the front. Another Starbucks location here, and then I need to check inside. Inside of the Starbucks over here, they do have the Discovery series for Epic Universe right here. So I think we're definitely gonna buy one of these right now. And so from the Starbucks, we continue our way, North Star Wintry Wonders. It does occasionally snow out here. You can kind of see the Snope device sticking out of the ceiling up there. So if you see snow happening, that's what's happening here outside of the North Star Wintry Wonders. Let's go inside and have a look, because there is also an Earl the Squirrel that shows up every once in a while. A little Easter egg in here for you. Oh, Elf on Break. This is fun. This is probably where they paint the custom ornaments. But there he is, there's Earl the Squirrel coming out right there. A little Easter egg for you. Oh my goodness, I didn't see this Captain Cacao floppy hat right here. Look at this. How much fun is that? It's $32 for a fuzzy floppy hat. The Christmas shop has more than just Christmas stuff in it, but it is themed to Christmas. That's the rocket ship from Pizza Moon too. And Captain Cacao's starship right there. Exciting, lots of little things in there, along with Earl the Squirrel. I don't know what the robot represents though. There's Captain Cacao right there, a Captain Cacao Jack in the Box. A Captain Cacao in the box. And the rocket from Pizza Moon right there. I can hear the thing trying to make snow right now, but I think maybe they're just out of snow juice. So, right next door to North Star Wintry Wonders, you've got the Sensorium Emporium, the various Emporia lens flare. Now, this is the exact same store as the Christmas shop. They're attached to each other, but it does change themes over here. And then this is also where you come to do your photo pickup from My Universal Photos. Another smaller store that has a lot of different things from different sections of the park. And like I said, it is also connected to the North Star Wintry Wonders, where they have some more of the stuff too. So if on your way out, if you wanted to get some last minute souvenirs, this is one of the stops that you could make. Right next to the Sensorium Emporium, you've got the bathrooms. And that leads us back to the Kronos and the Emerald Portal. And that leads us out this way, which would lead us to the exit and back to the parking lot. And that brings us back to where we started the video, right here at the entrance to Universal's Epic Universe. I really did enjoy, I like Celestial Park. It's very cool. I like all the little details. I like the callbacks to Universal. It's a fun little land inside of Epic Universe. So we are continuing this with the next set of portals. I think the next thing that we're gonna do is How to Train Your Dragon, the Isle of Berk. So I'm excited to show you guys all the little details in there. So stay tuned. And with that being said, we're off. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
We're the Bowden family from Orlando.
And now it's the time to pay the price.